Names of God that reveal his character. January 7th, 2026. Names of God that reveal his character. Sometimes things are so obvious that they can hide for years in plain sight. One day I realized I had been praying, "Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name," for literally decades, and had never investigated the many names of God. Each of his names carries deep significance about his nature, character, and relationship with his people. These names are not just titles, but powerful declarations of who he is. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is exalted. His splendor is above the earth and the heavens. Psalm 148:13. In the name of God all in one is his. It remain all as one, and it belong to. Also known as, it described to all holy name of God in one. Jesus Christ. He is the central figure of Christianity, the world's largest religion. Most Christians consider Jesus to be the incarnation of God the Son and awaited Messiah or Christ, a descendant from the Davidic line that is prophesied in the Old Testament, in accordance to the Bible of all kinds. In HWH, or Yahweh, I am who I am, Exodus 3:14. Ropa, God our healer, Exodus 15:26. Elohim, God the Creator, Genesis 1:1. Shaddai, God the Almighty, Genesis 17:1. Jireh, God the Provider, Genesis 22:14. Adonai, God the Master, Genesis 15:2. Allah, God of Islam, Quran, will manifest himself in YHWH, Yahweh, the self-existent one. YHWH, often written as Yahweh or Jehovah, is the most sacred name of God in the Bible. It means I am who I am, Exodus 3:14, emphasizing his eternal and unchanging nature. This name signifies God's self-existence and sovereignty. In the Old Testament, Yahweh occurs 6,519 times. Life application: call on God's personal, covenant-keeping name in prayer, knowing he's always near and faithful to his promises. Elohim, the mighty creator. Elohim is the first name of God mentioned in the Bible, Genesis 1:1. It means God in the plural form, highlighting his power, majesty, and role as the creator of the universe. Life application: marvel at God's creative power in nature and in your life, finding purpose in his design. El Shaddai, Lord God Almighty. This name, meaning Lord God Almighty, or the All-Sufficient One, appears in Genesis 17:1 when God reaffirms his covenant with Abraham. It speaks of God's limitless power and ability to provide for his people. Life application: when you feel overwhelmed by life's challenges, trust in God's all-powerful nature to sustain and strengthen you through tough times. El Elyon, the Most High God. El Elyon, meaning Most High God, refers to God's omnipotence, holiness, and gracious nature, as seen in Deuteronomy 26:19. He has declared that he will set you in praise, fame, and honor high, above all the nations he has made, and that you will be a people holy to the Lord your God, as he promised. Life application: in moments of doubt or confusion, look to the one who reigns above all to guide your decisions with ultimate wisdom. El Olam, the everlasting God. In Genesis 21:33, Abraham calls on the Lord as El Olam. This name is a declaration of God's eternal and unchanging nature, without beginning or end. Life application: anchor your hope in God's eternal nature when life feels fleeting or uncertain. Kanna, jealous. Kanna is used in the first commandment, depicting a marital relationship between himself and believers. God desires all of our praise for himself and no one else. Exodus 34:14. Life application: prioritize God above all else. Knowing his jealous love desires your whole heart. Adonai, the Lord and Master. Adonai means Lord or Master, and is used when acknowledging God's authority and dominion. Found in Genesis 15:2, this name signifies submission and reverence to God's rule over all things. Life application: surrender your plans to God's leadership, finding freedom in obeying him as the one who rightfully guides your path. Jehovah Jireh, the Lord will provide. First mentioned in Genesis 22:14, when God provided a ram for Abraham instead of Isaac. Jehovah Jireh highlights God as our provider, meeting our needs in perfect timing. Life application. When needs arise, trust God to provide just what you need, right when you need it. Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals. Found in Exodus 15:26, this name declares God as our healer, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It reflects his desire to restore and renew his people. Life application. Seek God's healing touch for your hurts, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, and rest in his restoring power. Woman with hands open praying. Jehovah Nissi, the Lord is my banner. Used in Exodus 17:15 after Israel's victory over Amalek. Jehovah Nissi symbolizes God's protection, guidance, and victory over the enemy. Life application. When facing battles, emotional or physical, rally under God's banner for victory and identity in his protection. Jehovah Shalom, the Lord is peace. In Judges 6:24, Gideon calls God Jehovah Shalom after encountering him. This name reassures us that God is the source of true peace, even in the midst of chaos. Life application. In chaos or stress, turn to God for the calm and peace that only he can give. Jehovah Tzidkenu, the Lord our righteousness. Jeremiah 23:6 introduces this name, pointing to God as the source of our righteousness. It prophetically refers to Jesus Christ, who makes us right with God through his sacrifice. Life application. When guilt weighs you down, lean on God's righteousness to forgive and renew your sense of worth. Jehovah Shammah, the Lord is there, in Ezekiel 48:35. This name signifies God's presence with his people. It reminds us that God is near, dwelling among his people, and never abandoning them. Life application. When you feel alone, remember God's constant presence is with you, bringing comfort in every situation. Jehovah Ra, the Lord my shepherd. This name is a metaphor that describes God's relationship with his followers, the believers. It highlights the intimate relationship God desires with us, as evidenced in Psalm 23. Life application. Let God guide you like a shepherd when you're lost, trusting he'll lead you to peace and provision. Jehovah Mekodishkem, the Lord who sanctifies you. Found in Exodus 31:13, Jehovah Mekodishkem occurs in a passage urging believers to keep the Sabbath and emphasizing the fact that holiness comes from the Lord. Life application. Pursue growth and holiness, trusting God to shape you into who he created you to be. Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts. The name Jehovah Sabaoth denotes a military context and signifies God's sovereignty over all armies, both spiritual and earthly. As the God of angel armies, this name highlights God's role as a warrior who fights for his people Israel and against divine forces. This is the name David used in 1 Samuel 17:45, when he said, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." Life application. When you feel powerless, rely on God's command over all forces, seen and unseen, to fight for you. Final thoughts. Each of these names reveals a unique aspect of God's character and his relationship with us. Whether you need provision, healing, peace, or righteousness, God's name assures us that he is everything we need. My prayer life has exponentially deepened as I intentionally call on God's names to reflect my needs and his character. For example, one can cry out to El Shaddai for strength in weakness, seek Jehovah Jireh for provision in scarcity, or praise El Olam for hope amid change. Using Jehovah Rapha can invite healing, while Jehovah Shalom can anchor prayers for peace. By aligning each name with specific situations, thanking Jehovah Nissi for victory or asking Jehovah Ra for guidance, prayers become personal, focused, and rooted in God's multifaceted nature.